Well, I work at the Champalimaud Foundation since 2018. The goal of Champalimaud research is to develop world-leading translational research, and the main areas are focused on neurology, physiology, and cancer. I am part of the myeloma and lymphoma research program. It is a translational research group that gathers the medical experience of clinical hematologists and the scientific skills of non-clinical researchers. Our aim is to better understand hematologic cancers and improve their treatments. My main current project focused in multiple myeloma, that is the second most frequent hematological cancer. And the main concerns associated with that disease are first, even if treatments are delaying the progression of the disease, there is no current available cure for this cancer. And today, almost 50% of the multiple myeloma patients will die within the 5 years following the diagnosis. And second, the only validated way to precisely identify the gravity of the disease is to perform an invasive and painful bone marrow biopsy. So we are performing currently a clinical study on more than 100 patients having multiple myeloma in order to identify blood biomarkers that would help us to substitute the bone marrow biopsy and identify new therapeutic strategies. So, the first reason that led me to choose Lisbon as a host city was love. I met my husband, who is Portuguese, in Paris. At that time, I was a research engineer in a world-leading cosmetic company. However, Paris was not fitting my plans, my family and personal plans. And when my husband proposed to move to Lisbon in 2014, I immediately accepted. So in 2014, it was the end of the financial crisis in Portugal, and the economic situation was getting better. Even if I knew that it was not going to be straightforward to find a research position, I discovered a quality of life in Lisbon that completely overcame all the difficulties in finding a job. The Portuguese people is so much welcoming, the weather is always nice, and proximity of the sea is very soothing. So I immediately felt at home, and I knew that I wanted to build my life here. So the first time we went to Lisbon, we passed by the Champalimaud Foundation, and my husband told me, "This is where you want to work." And indeed, I consider this research center as having one of the best scientific level and one of the best place to work in Lisbon and maybe in Portugal. The Champalimaud Foundation has been elected in 2012 as the best place to do a postdoc in the world. And everyone in the Portuguese scientific community was telling me good feedback about this place. Moreover, it's a beautiful and modern building located by the river in a stunning environment. It took me 4 years to be hired at the Champalimaud Foundation, but I can tell you that I'm not disappointed. And also, one thing that I wanted to say, that for me it has been a very inclusive environment. When I was hired, I was 4 months pregnant of my third child, and it didn't make any problem at all. I have found very good conditions to develop my work. First, I have found an amazing team in the myeloma and lymphoma group, and a wonderful supervisor in the person of Professor Cristina João. In my opinion, this is the most important aspect to do good research. Having friendly collaborators and being happy to get to work every morning is a very important point. Then the foundation provides a wide variety of technical platforms that offer very helpful support. Also, the scientific community is very well developed at the foundation. For the financial aspects, hopefully we receive some support directly from the foundation. However, it's always a challenge to obtain national and international fundings to pursue our project and hire new collaborators. As in every research center in Portugal, searching for financial support is always requiring a lot of time, and sometimes I wish I could dedicate more of this time doing research instead. So I think in order to attract more foreigner people, Lisbon could improve the visibility of the investigation that is made here, and also provide support for the people to come and to, in all the administrative part, to register and how to set the family, maybe provide temporary place to stay. Meanwhile, they are looking for a permanent place. And but more on the part of on the scientific aspect. And regarding the research life within Lisbon, for example, in our case, in the multiple myeloma research, we often have to gather patient recruitment among the different hospitals within Lisbon, and it's not always easy to do. So maybe the city could help us in joining the effort between the hospital in Lisbon in order to centralize the patient recruitment and the clinical information gathering. Also, an effort has been made in gathering all the research platform of the research center in Lisbon and around, which is the Co-Life platform. And this is very useful for the scientific community, since it helps us to use equipment that are not always available in our own research center. Unfortunately, those equipments often require a lot of funds to be renewed or to be improved, and this is also a kind of support that the city could provide to help us. Lisbon is a wonderful city to live and to do research. I'm very happy with the choice I made to come here.